Bitcoin recently had a breakdown, but right now Bitcoin seems to be recovering, and that leaves people to wonder what's going to happen next. And in this video, I'm gonna try to cover that for you. Exactly what we are trading, what our strategy is, and what we think is going to happen to the price. Again, as you can see right now, Bitcoin has been forming a major breakdown, or rather, it's gotten resisted at a level which we found support at for multiple months in a row, actually dating all the way back since December of 2020. And the thing is, I can actually draw between these two white lines right here an entire zone where which Bitcoin just found some sort of hefty price action. And that's exactly what we've seen quite recently here in April, but even as late as the 8th of May, that we were trading within this area but couldn't overtake it and so broke down. Now, on a little bit of a shorter term, the breakdown looked a little bit along the lines of this. We had ourselves a head and shoulder pattern with a neck or baseline, of which, again, the pattern usually continues to go down. It continued as we expected. The problem was, which can also be seen in our broader chart, but the problem was we had ourselves a massive support, the 200 weekly moving average, which at that point was $26.1 thousand. You can see us getting a bounce off of that level, and ever so lately here, which was somewhere yesterday, we had ourselves a bounce off of $26.2 thousand. And for that reason, we can't really call this a breakdown anymore because we just got ourselves a massive pushback from a major support level. If you guys have been watching trading videos, you'll most likely see that everybody who was making videos a couple hours ago was talking about this major breakdown. And the same goes for people that were making videos yesterday and potentially even the day before, as this breakdown happened on the 24th of May already. However, it didn't really last long. So even though some people were losing their faith, as this was the lowest that Bitcoin has gone in a pretty significant amount of time since like March in terms of an actual close. As you can see over on the daily, this was the lowest close we've had in a couple different months. Because of how near it is to the 200 weekly moving average, I personally wasn't too afraid. And as we've seen right now, we've gotten a massive bounce. The thing is, we're not in the clear just quite yet. No. But before we talk about that, guys, make sure that you press that like button. I keep telling you, if you don't press that like button, that's nothing's gonna happen to you or anything, but it is just always greatly appreciated, which is why I tell you, make sure you press that like button. Anyway, so what's happening next? Well, right now we've got ourselves a little bit of a make or break moment. Why? Take a look at this chart. What we're seeing right here is that it seems that we've actually got a lower highs and actually also lower lows for the most part, but the lower lows is debatable. We've gotten lower highs for a significant amount of time on the Bitcoin chart. And depending on where we form our top right now, this could potentially be yet another lower high. But again, it all depends on where the price is going over the next couple of hours. Are we going to have a breakout above this triangle? Are we going to actually go sideways a little bit and break down? The reason I'm putting so much emphasis on it is because it takes the chart from a triangle, the way we like to see it, to a little bit more of something like this, which is more so just a typical downtrend. And even for right now, those are the two different ways we can look at this specific move for Bitcoin. But one thing is quite apparent. Right now, as we speak, this level at roughly $27,000, $26.9 thousand, is a make or break it moment. You have to understand, with trading, very often there are multiple different scenarios that could play out. And the best thing we can do is act with the information that we've got that has the highest probability of playing out. You see, one theory we've had known about for a very long time is the idea to go long the moment that we have a breakout here of a downward sloping channel. The only thing is, from experience here, I'm telling you, if you try to go long around this level, so the moment we get ourselves a breakout with a confirming candle, you try to go long on that, very often what will happen is that it actually gets yourself a couple candles just like this before breaking down yet again. You can see it actually happened 2 times already right here that we had ourselves a breakout, had ourselves a confirming candle, which is just another green candle right after the breakout. Here, I think we actually had even another one, but ever since we broke out, we still actually broke down afterwards. And again, if we look back at some of the other charts, we're honestly really not that much in the clear unless we break out above $27.4 thousand, above this resistance that's been around for a couple different weeks. Actually, for almost the entire month right here. So let's put things into priorities. The first thing we're waiting for, and the first thing we want to see, is for Bitcoin to break from this range and to actually turn it into a lower low, lower high situation, into a higher low and a higher high. We've set ourselves a very significant low level right here, which you can clearly see. Our latest high was right there. But if we exclude that, as that was a top, right? It's outside, it was a breakout attempt. Let's conclude that this level here at roughly $27.1 thousand was our most latest high level. Then we'd like to see a breakout right here, which actually encompasses or goes above some of the levels which we've seen quite recently here. So actually a breakout towards $27.5 thousand before we consider this to be the reversal, before we consider this to be another bullish push. That can actually also be backed up with the price action we've seen recently over on the 4-hour chart. The fact that we need to at least get to some higher levels, roughly around $27.45 thousand, before we can say with some reasonable certainty that this will not just continue the way we've seen it many times, right? Once we get to that area. To actually get bullish, we need to get above that area, which is why I said above $27.5 thousand. If we close above there, that will be the first time in a very significant amount of time. And at that point, I think a lot of these bears will actually get wrecked. Right now, if you guys do not know, there's a lot of guys that are having massive short positions open because we could not break this massive resistance, or I guess support turned resistance. Because we could not break it, people right now are more so skeptical. The way I'm thinking about it is right now as we speak, we've gotten a major bounce off of the 200 weekly support, one of the most important supports in trading. Everybody is looking at that level, and the probability of reversing this towards the upside is actually higher than towards the downside. So again, to swing up from here and actually get back towards 32,000, etc., is higher than to break down lower and actually break below the 200 weekly moving average. But I'm also going to be open and honest with you and say there's a lot of fear right now in the markets. Guys, it is insane. When articles like this keep coming out, New York City freezes deposits, it's Capital One Bank, and news that banks are not allowing Australians to participate in the crypto scheme too much anymore because they're blocking the on and off ramps. Yeah, it's just not making a situation that exciting, that bullish. But on a little side note, if you guys would like it, we're thinking here to do more crypto trading live streams. If you guys would like that, make sure you let me know in the comment section down below. And if you're still looking for a crypto exchange to trade on, I'm gonna let you guys check out the link right there. I can't point towards it, but it's right around this level right there, which is a link to Bybit. It's the exchange I personally use most of the time. And if you press that link, you can just see how easy it is to sign up. You just create your account right here, but you can also see how many different rewards you can get for just signing up. Again, if you deposit a couple $1,000, which to some is crazy, but to some it's really nothing, you get $100 for free. And you have to understand, $100 for free can actually be traded with as if it's $10,000. And the same thing applies to the $30,000 bonus. Most people will not get it, but also you have to understand most people will not get crazy amounts of money for free. I mean, it makes sense. $30,000 can actually act as $3 million worth of trading volume. And so all I can say is just check it out with the link down below, because if you don't use the link down below, you'll only get a maximum of $4,000. And in this case here, you have a maximum of $3,000 in bonuses. And also, I use this exchange for most of my spot trading. But yeah, I'll leave a link for this down below.